Hey guys, Hescook here. There's a shot of Ryan's shirt. Move your hands.
Ooh.
Woo! Okay, and here is his Darkwing Duck mat.
Yep, Becky made it for me. Let's get dangerous.
Okay, we're doing a deck profile today on Ryan's Lavals.
Yep, took it to regionals again. This is my third time.
Got 10th again.
Yeah, I got 10th again. First time I got 10th, second time I scrubbed out with it, and then this last time I took 10th again. There's nothing I would really change about the main deck. I would definitely change things in the side deck, but the main deck and the extra deck is pretty much solid. My final record was 6-2. I lost round 5 to a full-fledged Dragonruler deck. He 2-0'd me. It was just like I made a good play. Like one turn, I did Rekindling and I brought him from 8,000 to 600. I just could not kill him. And the next game, all he did was he Black Rose my field with like a Draco Sack play, so he was really good. I like that guy. And then my second loss was to Spellbooks, full-fledged Spellbooks. There was no budget about it. He had 3 judgment.
I like how you say full-fledged. It makes it sound like vampires.
Well, you know,
I'm a half-breed.
Because there's budgets. Like you're a half-breed. You're like weak sauce. You're not
I know.
really, you know.
It's just cute.
Yeah.
Full-fledged. Anyway,
You're
commence to jiggling.
You're like a Twilight vampire, and the guys I played against were like
that's a low blow.
We're like Dracula's underlings. They fucked me up, and you just sparkled in the sun.
Oh well, that sounds pretty. So I'll take it.
All right, so we're going to hand traps. I main decked 2 maxi. It was really good. Like a lot of decks special summon. I think I only played a few rogue decks that didn't special summon a whole lot, so I just sided him out. It was no big deal. 3 Battle Fader. This can go either way. It's player preference. You can play Swift Scarecrow or Battle Fader. Due to the fact that I wasn't afraid of people playing agents, I just opted out for the 3 Battle Fader. And it actually hurt me because round 8 I lost to the Prophecies because all he basically did was Judgment first turn, both game 1 and game 2. He put Jowgen in defense mode and just protected it with Wisdom and Fate, so I couldn't get rid of it. So that's how I lost. And then 1 Gores. Now for the part of the deck where it's Lavals and my Rekindling targets. There's 3 Handmaiden, of course, 2 Lakeside Lady, and then I went 3 Cannon because I play Conduction Field, so you need more Laval targets for Conduction Field. Only 2 Fire Dog, and that's the perfect amount now. Since we have Conduction Field, you don't really have to rely on Fire Dog setting up your graveyard. He's just like, he's really good if you get like a really wonky hand, or if you just want to make like, a level 7 or rank 4 exceed whenever you attack with him. And then due to the fact that I play Handmaiden and Blaster, I play 3 Level Cannon. He was consistent all day long. I think only one game out of all those rounds I just dead drew into 2 of them, and I couldn't do anything, so I lost that round. I lost that game, but I won game 3, so 3 Blaster. This card's amazing. I'm not going to cut him. He's going to stay in there. He has so much consistency to the deck. There were times where my opponent wouldn't set cards, so I couldn't banish and blow it up with a Handmaiden, so I would just special summon him, banishing 2. He'd hit the field. I'd normal summon him, bring back one of my banished Laval Synchros or Laval monsters, and then exceed or Synchro, and then just poke. So he was like, he helped me win games. Like, it was just really, really consistent. He got rid of Ophion, which was the reason why I played him at 3, and he got rid of Troublesome Back Row. So he's wonderful. Now to the spell lineup, I played 3 MST. This is subpar. I probably bump it down to 2. Not 1 though, because I really like 2, but I did like draw this a little too many times and I didn't need it. But for the most part, it was really good. The only time I didn't need it was when I played against Dragonrulers, and it was actually really good against Prophecies, like against Spellbooks. It was very useful. So the only time it wasn't useful out of all 8 rounds was against the 2 Dragonruler decks, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna cut it down to 2 next regional, just so I don't have such a terrible matchup game 1 against that deck. Then we go 3 Gold Sark. It helps you search for Conduction Field, Rekindling, or banish a monster for a cannon play, or banish a blaster and then add a blaster to your hand for a next turn. So it's a very good card. I played at 3. I'm not gonna cut it down. 2 Duality. It's also a great card. It if I open Rekindling, I can Duality into a multi-conduction field, or if I open Conduction Field, I can Duality into a Rekindling or anything I need. So it's great. And then the reason why the deck has gotten so much better Multi-conduction field, it helps with consistency and speed. Then 3 rekindling, of course. And then now to 1 Day of Peace, which is a fantastic card when it's coupled with Gold Sark. Because usually I'll go turn 1, Gold Sark, go get what, like, banish what I need, in my turn. They'll either poke me for some damage, they'll end their turn, I'll draw my card, activate 1 day, draw into something I need. But really, it just protects me, you know, for 1 solid turn until until I can get my rekindling or my conduction field. 1 mind control, also very good. I Synchro Exceed, Book of Moon. Book of Moon is really good in this deck, especially since I can put a troublesome monster face down. Like, say if they had a Christia,
Like a Jowgen.
I can put it face down. A Jowgen, as long as they don't have the Wisdom, I can put it face down. Alright, and then blow it up with Lakeside Lady, but it's really good. And then we've just got Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, and Monster Reborn. And I play a 43 card deck, and the reason why I bumped up to 43 is I follow the same rules that Gadget players do. I play a lot of 3-ofs in this deck, so to help alleviate the problem of drawing multiples of the same card, I bumped up to 43. Or higher than 42, yeah. So, really good. There's nothing I would change about the main deck. Now on to my extra deck. I probably wouldn't change anything in here too, except for 1 card. Here's my Kurt Cobain token. Your 1 formula. Your 1 dragon, which bounces any card on the field. Your Catastor. He wasn't that optimal that day, but he's not bad, you know. It's like, you know, against certain rogue decks, he's godlike. My draw power. This guy. He's the sole reason why I beat Dragonruler deck game 3. Because I made, like, he went first turn, Draco Sack. I opened up pretty decent. I put my stuff in the graveyard. His effect is, if you have 2 or more Lavals in the graveyard, if he attacks a defense position monster, you can attack once again in a row. And if you have 3 or more, if he inflicts piercing damage. So Draco Sack with those 2 tokens, I attacked the 2 tokens. He took 48 in 1 turn. Next turn, he almost killed me. Ended his turn. He set a back row. I banished this guy with Lakeside Lady to get his back row. I had a cannon in my hand that was dead, so then I normaled it, summoned this off of cannon, and then just killed the 2 tokens for game. So he's a staple in the deck, and it's just a really great card. And he's really good against E-Dragons. Then the 1 Black Rose and the 1 Stenin. And then you got the Stardust, Scrap Dragon, and then Shooting Star Dragon, only because I played Quasar, and just imagine there's a Quasar there. I borrowed Jamie's Quasar because I don't want.
Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. Like, he really helped us out. Like, I borrowed his Quasar. I didn't want to pay $50 for a Quasar since I'm like a budget player. I don't really want to spend that much money on this game. And I already bought a box beforehand, so Jamie really helped me out. And Quasar won me quite a few games. I made Quasar against Dragonrulers, the one that I beat, and I won because of that. I made it against Prophecies, the one that I did beat, and won because of that. So if you can make Quasar against E-Dragons and Prophecies, you'll win that duel most likely. As long as you play it right and, like, you know, summon it at the right time. Don't first turn Quasar against those decks because they'll just bait it out and then take it away from you with Big Eye. But every time I made Quasar, I won. Only made him like 4 times though. And then 1 Cowboy. Out of the entire 8 rounds, I made him once, and that was just a burn for game, exactly. So he's all right. Like, I guess if there was any card you could take out, it would be him. 1 Chain's too good. You don't need 2, you just need 1. Like, if you get like a really slow hand, you can set your graveyard up with it instantly. And other times, I would just make him so I could stack a Gores or a Battle Fader on top of my deck. And against that Prophecy player that I did beat, game 2, I opened up with the right hand traps that I sided in, so I stopped him from taking off. Next turn I made this, and then I stacked another Droll and Lockboard on top of my deck, so he couldn't take off, so he couldn't do anything for that turn. So I 2-0'd that guy, mainly because of Quasar first turn, and then Quasar first game, and then second game I drew into my side deck, so I beat him that way. Then you play the 1 Maestro, of course, is a staple 4, and then the 1 Pearl. This is the most made Exceed the entire day. It's how I beat Evilswarms. I only played 1, and then a few rogue decks, but for the most part, just a 26 speeder that can't be Fiendish Chain's really good. Now we're going on to my side deck, and thanks to Becky I was able to play 2 Droll and Lockbird on my side, and this is the main reason why I beat the first Spellbook player. I just opened it and he couldn't do anything about it. And then 2 DD Crow for rogue decks. It's mainly in there for frogs. I thought frogs were going to have a bigger showing. And Infernities. I thought Infernities were going to be there as well since it did so well. And it's a relatively cheap deck. I think the most expensive part of it is 2 chains. So I had those for that deck. And then 2 Baylor. I didn't want to main deck Baylor because Baylor is kind of useless against Evilswarm. I guess, yeah, it is useless against Evilswarm and Dragonrulers and stuff like that, but it's really good against rogue decks. Then I did 1 Penguin Soldier for Evilswarm, 2 Puppet Plant, and this is for any deck that's playing Warriors or Spellcasters. I use this against Spellbooks, and that's pretty much it because I didn't play anything that played Warriors, so that was pretty sweet. And then 1 Battalion. And this is for any deck that spams. So I sided this against E-Dragons and against Evilswarm. And it did really good. Like, it really fucked over an Evilswarm player. But other than that, I didn't see it against the E-Dragons. So I would like to just summon this. And it's just a 1 card out to Dracosack and to a full field of Exceeds. Because they'll just do Dracosack at Big Eye. And then I did 2 Mirror Force. 2 Mirror Forces, I sided this against decks that can't, protect their monsters. So it's against spam decks that can't protect their monsters. So I sided this against Madolche, Counter Fairies, Dragonrulers, and what was the other one? Helped out. I think that was it, yeah. 2 Dust Tornado for any, macro decks or defissure decks or decks that were, stun decks. I sided this against Counter Fairies and it helped me win the game. There's this guy I played at round 4. We were both 3-0, and he's actually a local player, and I was able to beat him because of that. And then just 1 debunk for Dragonrulers, Mermails. I think that's it. Yeah, so it was alright. I would definitely change my side deck for the next regional so I can side more heavily against E-Dragons. So that's pretty much it. It's a really good deck, but you're pretty much going to lose to the most expensive deck.
Ryan learned a hurtful truth today.
Yep, so I learned a hurtful truth. If I go to a Utah regional, I'm most likely only going to be able to top if they draw bad or I get lucky. Or I draw what I side. So I got to work on my side deck for next regional. So I'm pretty much taking this for next regional, and hopefully I don't get hit on the ban list, so so my deck's even better next format. But other than that, it's really fun regional. I lost to better players and better decks, so I'm not too salty about it. I'm not mad or anything like that. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any tips or recommendations on what I should do with my side deck, leave them in the comment section and just comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you.